Hi guys, so we're at Intramuros and we're gonna be doing an Intramuros tour. We're going to like different historical places and yeah, look at this old buildings.
MJ.
But ready na po ba kayo for tour? Would you like to use the restroom first?
Oh no, okay kami.
Look at all this gun stuff, cannon stuff.
Fortification here in Intramuros, no? We call it Fort Santiago. So Fort Santiago was the headquarters or the so outside also, if you have noticed that there are sceneries outside of the walls of Intramuros, back then it was a defensive moat. And this particular Fort Santiago, they created a moat that connects before Manila Bay over here and Pasig River.
Been since like 1800s.
Connected or is it
Now it's closed and this is a stagnant water.
Oh, okay.
Mosquitoes.
That's why you spray. See what's in China.
Can you stand the heat for like 2 minutes? You sure? Okay, I'll just show you one good picture. If you're looking at the gate of Fort Santiago, you will see probably notice two shades of the walls.
Yeah.
No, the lighter shade in the interior part,
Yeah.
the darker part would be because back in 1945, this wall looked like this. Yeah, in 1945 we were under the Japanese occupation period.
World
but
War II.
The Americans promised that they would return and bring back our freedom, and they're so excited to bring back our freedom that they marched in there with an American Sherman
Oh
tank,
no.
destroying the interior part of the walls of at the gate of Fort Santiago. So now.
I still remember this place. This is how it was. It's always been this result.
Okay, so over here, this would be the area of Fort Santiago. This is the entire Fort Santiago. Yeah, from the walls over there to the trees over there, that's the entire Fort Santiago. Well, very little because when the Spaniards arrived here, I think there are just around 150 Spanish soldiers
Oh,
who
okay.
occupy this area. Filipinos. And say they converted this into prison cell, torture chamber. During the early times when you were Filipino and you were invited here in the Fort Santiago.
So that's
Wash your head as you go down, and then you can go straight to the room, the
Oh,
chamber
okay.
number 2, as it is called. You can go there and I'll meet
Watch
you
your head.
after 27 days.
Oh wow. So this is where they found them. Hmm?
You can go straight to the...
This way?
This is
This way or this way?
chamber.
No, I think that's a dead end.
So this is what the chamber would look like. So this is one of the best looking chamber. So as we go around, we will see that the other chambers were irregular in shape. Because again, this was originally created just as warehouse, a storehouse, not really
Not-
a prison cell.
Yeah.
So it was just later converted as a prison cell. And according to some experts, they say comfortably the dungeon, the entire dungeon can accommodate around 100 people comfortably.
Yeah.
And then in 1945, around 500 was in here. No? So you can imagine how difficult it was during those times. You can see, because these are neighbors, so they know each other, you can see your neighbor, your friend dying of starvation, of hunger. And as I mentioned earlier, this was not used by the Americans. And since they did not use the dungeons, they actually covered these ventilations. So you can imagine that there's no ventilation shaft
Yeah.
when the Japanese used this one back in 1945.
So Michael, so what would they torture people?
This, as you can see, yeah, this was also a torture chamber.
Why? Is it because they're revolting? They're
Yeah. So you can imagine during the time in 1945, it was the perfect torture. No physical torture, no food, no drinks, and no supply of oxygen. Mental torture, because the thickness of the walls was so thick,
Yeah.
the bombings could not penetrate the walls.
yeah.
But
and
it
how
is
many
just enough.
people in one space? About
We're,
600.
we're not really particular of how many people are, for example, in this area, but the records that the Americans have is around 500 bodies.
You can just imagine, 500 people.
It's
There's
in
no
the-
air, no room to move. Oh my God,
Yes.
mental and physical.
And aside, and emotional torture as well, because most of the people that was imprisoned here were the male population. So you can imagine as life is slowly fading away, you
Yeah.
are hearing the battle outside and you're thinking about your daughter,
Yeah.
your wife, your mother, your sister. No survivors, by the way. No survivors.
Giving me chills.
These two pictures over here is the actual documentations of the Americans when they opened the dungeon. So
when they found them.
those are maggots, rotting bodies of Filipino civilians. That's why as we go out in the next in the corridor, you will now see another set of pictures, and the next set of pictures would be the survivors of the war. And if you will look at the next set of pictures, you can see that the survivors is mostly female. If you can see some male population, usually those are the soldiers of the Americans, mostly female, because again,
Also, they're trying to die out the civilization,
most,
the human,
most of the
the
male,
Filipino human race.
most of the male works in here. See, these are the pictures of the survivor. Take a look at this one, mostly female. And then the ruins, the building casualties.
Oh.
Tour guides who offer night tour and ghost tour.
wow.
Personally, I don't feel anything. Kahit po gabi ako umuwi dyan. Even back February, March, that is the Battle of Manila. River, ha? Sir, before migrating to Australia, where you located? Where do you live?
I'm from Batangas. So
Batangas,
I'm not really, my in terms of my geography for Manila is very bad.
I'm from Sampaloc.
Sampaloc, in Manila. So
Yeah.
basically, Batangas, Manila, we are still Tagalog. That is still the
Yeah,
Tagalog
yeah.
region, no? So the river basically creates the people in here, no? The river created the city and also its people. Our ancestors migrated alongside the river, and they called themselves as river people. In Tagalog, Taga-Ilog. it was shortened later on called Tagalog.
Oh.
People from the river, Tagalog.
Oh, okay. There you go. I didn't know that.
Intramuros during the early times. Unfortunately, of the 7 churches, 6 was destroyed during the Second World War.
Oh.
1 was reconstructed, so now of the 7 churches, only 2 remains. And we can visit those 2 later.
Oh, okay.
So these are the non-existing churches. So here is the map of Intramuros. No? We are currently here in Fort Santiago, in the end. No? And so this Vatican is like 44 hectares around that area, and Intramuros like 66 hectares, 67 hectares. So quite bigger than. But nonetheless, this is the Iglesia or the Santo Domingo
Santo
Saint
Domingo.
Santo Domingo Church. It is located around here in this area.
Okay.
So this is the Dominican compound. So we have the Santo Domingo Church. Are you familiar with the UST?
Yes.
Oh, he came from there.
He came.
That's right.
So originally UST is around here.
Oh, really?
So we have Santo Domingo, UST. It was just destroyed during the Second World War. There are 2 campus of UST, the
Yeah.
Sampaloc and the
The
Intramuros
Sampaloc,
campus. The Intramuros campus was destroyed in the Second World War, so they just focused on the Sampaloc campus.
Okay.
But Jose
So that was established by the Spaniards, the UST.
Yes, back in 1611, the oldest university here in Asia. One of the oldest. So the UST of Jose Rizal is here in Intramuros. This was the first one that was destroyed in the Second World War. Most is destroyed in 1945 battle. This particular one was destroyed when the Japanese attacked 1941.
Hang on, but they rebuilt it because that one.
They
hang on.
rebuilt it in a different city, in Quezon City na. If you can
okay.
hear the
Yeah,
Santo
yeah,
Domingo
yeah.
in Quezon,
Yeah,
Quezon
yeah,
Alto.
That's what we know.
That's
That's
where
the
I
new-
know.
new location.
Okay. Oh, but the actual structure is not patterned the same way. It's
No, hindi na po.
It's different.
It's a different architecture.
okay.
And then we have the San Francisco Church. San Francisco
Hang on,
Church.
what's anong cabildo? What does that mean?
Cabildo Ayuntamiento, we can see this later on. It's in the Plaza Mayor. So this is not a church, this is like the city council's office.
Oh, okay.
This is rebuilt and you can see it later in
So
its
it's
actual.
like Malacanang. Is that
It's like the city hall.
Okay. It's huge.
Malacanang would be the Palacio del Gobernador.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and then we have here the San Francisco Church or the Franciscan Church in the compound. So if Santo Domingo is over here, San Francisco is over here. So it was destroyed as well, transferred in a different place, still in Manila,
Yeah.
but a different place now. This is on its original site is a school, Mapua University.
Oh.
Lourdes Church, 1, 2, 3, around here would be the Lourdes Church.
Yeah.
The Lourdes Church is for the Capuchins Church.
Oh, okay.
They also transferred in Quezon City. So
Okay.
it was also destroyed during the peacetime. It is one of the most basically famous for wedding because it's for its long life.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Now, souvenir shop.
So they didn't rebuild it
Yeah,
somewhere else.
and then Aduana, you will visit this later on. This is the customs office, the customs house. No? So at the back of the Aduana is already the river. So the ship would come here, unload the materials. They would put taxes on it before it goes out. Aduana serves as a lot of purpose. And then we have here the Jesuits compound.
Oh, so they have different orders.
Yes.
Oh.
So we are
Saint
here.
Ignacio.
So San Ignacio Church would be here. The
Okay.
Jesuits compound in this area. That is also, if we have the church in here, the monastery in here,
Yeah.
and the Ateneo in here. So again, it was destroyed in the Second World War. They transferred to Quezon City.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
What's with
kaya
Quezon City?
Ateneo. Because Quezon City was built to be the new capital of the Philippines.
Oh, okay.
Everyone is transferred.
Yeah.
So this area is the Jesuits compound. The Ateneo of Jose Rizal, Jose Rizal also enrolled in Ateneo here in Intramuros.
Okay.
And then we have the San Nicolas de Tolentino. San Nicolas de Tolentino would be around here in this area. No, this is also known as the Bagong Bayan Church. But San Nicolas de Tolentino is famous. Are you familiar with the Black Nazarene?
Yes.
So one of the biggest number of devotees here, Black Nazarene. So originally the home of the Black Nazarene would be San Nicolas de Tolentino. That's why
Quiapo.
in Quiapo.
Quiapo,
Now it is transferred in Quiapo. Every January 9, they call it the feast day of the Black Nazarene. Actually, it was not the feast day of the Black Nazarene. Just for everyone to understand, they just call it the feast day, but it is the traslacion. What is the traslacion? It was a commemoration of the transfer of the Black Nazarene from its original home in this area going to Quiapo.
Oh,
That's why there would
Because
be
when you think about it, January is too close to Christmas. Couldn't be like, it's like the Passion of Christ.
Yes, the actual feast of the Black Nazarene is every Holy Week.
Yeah,
because that was
the carrying of the cross. Yeah.
cross. Now, the actual feast day of Quiapo, they also call it the feast day of Quiapo. The actual feast day of Quiapo is June 24. Because Quiapo originally is San Juan de Bautista Church. So, the traslacion is the commemorative solemn parade to commemorate the transfer of the Black Nazarene from its original home in San Nicolas de Tolentino and later on in Bagong Bayan Church. That's why they start here in this area.
So is that the original statue? The one that they're...
The one being paraded is part original. So they divided the original statue so that if one would be missing. So there is a statue with the original body but replica hands and face. There would be a statue with the original face and
Also,
hands.
they reconstructed some parts.
Yes, so that it would be regularly scattered in. And then the San Manila Cathedral, destroyed in the Second World War, but reconstructed later on. So we will see the Manila Cathedral later, but it is the 8th Manila Cathedral anymore. So we have the church over here, Manila Cathedral. We have the San Agustin Church, the Jesuit Church over here, San Agustin Church over here, Lourdes Church over here. We have the San Nicolas de Tolentino, the Franciscan Church, and the Santo Domingo Church.
So this is the only original one.
The
out of
original
the
one would
seven.
be the San Agustin, not the Manila Cathedral.
Okay.
San Agustin. Not in here because it's still existing.
Oh, okay.
So this one,
No, but out of the 7 original churches,
San Agustin,
San
would be the
Agustin
original.
would be the original.
This one is in here because we still have Manila Cathedral here in Intramuros, but not in this, not like this, because this particular Manila Cathedral, the 7th Manila Cathedral, was destroyed in World War II.
Oh, okay.
It was owned and rebuilt again in the same exact spot. The other ones were rebuilt some places.
Somewhere else, yeah.
This was rebuilt in the
Same
spot.
spot.
So the current Manila Cathedral we will visit later would be what we call as the 8th Manila Cathedral.
Oh, the 8th. Oh, okay.
7 times built and rebuilt in the same
Oh,
exact spot.
oh, okay.
So that's why we call Intramuros as the Rome of the Far East, the center of Catholic faith.
Yeah. Different orders as well. Salamat, ate.
Also important attraction here in Fort Santiago would be Jose Rizal's Shrine. Now, Jose Rizal is one of our national hero, and before he was executed in Bagong Bayan, which is now the Rizal Park, this is where he was imprisoned. And since he had a special treatment, instead of being imprisoned in the dungeons, he was imprisoned in the old Spanish barracks. Why? Because he was a VIP, a very important prisoner. So 24 hours, 7 days a week, the people are guarding him. So instead of the dungeons, he was imprisoned here. So this particular area, his prison area, was converted into a museum to honor Dr. Jose.
So does he have like a Spanish blood?
Basically, if we could trace Jose Rizal, he has a Spanish blood, yes, but his great grandfather was a migrant from China.
Oh, so he's
Yeah,
a
not
mix.
Mexican.
Yeah.
Why was he treated differently?
He was considered as the leader of the
Okay,
revolution.
so you just have to make
So,
sure that,
Yeah,
he's
so he was guarded because
Mm.
they were expecting for the freedom fighters, the Katipunan,
Yeah.
to attack and somehow free him.
So they had to make
Just
sure
like
that he's
Ibarra.
in-
Just like the story of Ibarra.
yeah.
Start of the revolution.
Huh? Can you not view?
Because they videos.
The videos.
We're trying some ice cream.
Yes, yes, yes.
Cheese, try the cheese.
What are the flavors?
Then if you have some cold water, you want some
Ay, yung ubi shake
Soda.
na...
Now you mango shake.
Yeah, where is that? Salamat, kuya.
Yeah.
What flavor do you want?
What
What
is
do you call
it?
a mix?
Cheese, avocado and chocolate.
Chocolate.
Chocolate. Do you want to mix it with the cheese?
Okay.
Yeah, mix mo kuya with the cheese.
Chocolate cheese.
Mm. Oh, I remembered it.
Hey, look here.
Are you sure ayaw mo?
Yes po.
Thank you.
I just want avocado.
Let's try it. Interesting. It's nice. Cheese one tastes like the one that we had normally. Cheese. Good. There's a mass happening at the church. And today is the Grand Marian procession, so it's like a big thing.
So going back, today is every first Sunday of the December would be the Grand Marian procession, and that is one of the biggest religious events here in Intramuros. Dates back even 70 years ago. Of course, there are times that they would stop, but during the last years, they brought back the International Grand Marian Festival, the Grand Marian procession. But anyways, we're currently here in Plaza Mayor, or the main plaza. So here in the Philippines, if that town or city was built during the Spaniards, they would usually start in a plaza. So in front of the plaza will always be the church. In the sides would be the rich houses of the wealthy residents of the place. And since they are the wealthiest of that area, they will be somehow elected in a government office, and so their house would be converted into a government office. So if you go to different places, different towns and provinces here in the Philippines, the town would be usually start in plaza. In front of the plaza is the church, and in one of the sides are a government office or a city hall. In Intramuros, we have two government office in side by side because this is the capital of the Philippines during the Spanish period. No? So we have the national government office in here, the Palacio del Gobernador, or the Palace of the Governor General, and the Ayuntamiento, as you've read earlier, Cabildo, which is the local government office.
Is that the original building or?
No, this was destroyed in the Second World War, rebuilt in 2013. This was destroyed by an earthquake in 1860s, and then was rebuilt just to 1970s.
There's a lot of things here.
Good morning. Meron na.
Wait, how do they do it in English for the other ones too?
Ano, merong ano. You have to pila. Oh, okay. So we're riding this one. I'll go. Go. Are you sure you can carry us?
Opo, max of 6 po.
Hey, you wanna sit there? Hey, ikaw.
I'll meet you afterwards.
Take a picture. Yan po. Kung magpapile ng candidacy for president, senator, or what else, yan po nagpapile ng COC. At yan din po. Okay, by the way, on the right, my name is Mang Temyong.
Mang Temyong?
On the right side is Palacio del Gobernador. This is the state residence of the Governor General during Spanish time.
Okay.
Now that was called the COMELEC office.
Ah.
Commission and Election Board.
Where? Hub to Aslo, ano?
Kung magpapayag ng candidacy for president,
Ha?
what else, yan po magpapayag ng COC.
Oh, okay.
At yan din po ginaganap yung ano, kayaan.
Kayaan.
Bilangan po, bilangan. Sorry po,
Si Bonnie.
medyo nakakamali.
Nagsasabi lang ng totoo.
Okay, are you palikbayan?
Yes.
From?
Speak about kuya.
From Australia. Okay. I was born here in the local USA.
Ano nga ba yun?
I was born in the local USA. Here in Philippines.
Huh?
Because and on the left, this is the former site of the Agustinian Provincial House
Okay.
during Spanish time. It was connected to the San Agustin Monastery. And in 1939, there was the school, Adamson University. But
Yeah.
now, it's ECJ building, Eduardo Franco Jr. building.
Remember Santa Lucia?
Yeah. The thingy, the movie.
Would you like to quickly picture here at
Yes.
the gallery of the president?
Oo.
Okay. Parking tayo rito.
Ferdinand Marcos
Sr.
Okay.
And Duterte is there.
Oh, is that here? Oh, okay.
Hang on. Binig. Oh,
Arroyo.
so who's that one?
Filipinos there, but two of them are not Filipino. Even the other is
Who's not Filipino?
Cruzon Aquino. He's not a
Oh.
Filipino. And Gloria Arroyo is not a Filipino.
So what are they? American
No, it's
citizen?
a Filipina. That's a trivia. Okay, sir. All of you. This is the area de la Compañía de Jesús. This is the convent of the nuns, the mother house.
The mother house.
The Madre Ignacia de Espiritu Santo. Now, this is a museum. Bagong Bayan, Light and Sound. Nung pinaano sila ng mga Espanyol, itinaboy sila papunta doon sa Binondo. They said to the leader of the Chinese, you will be across the river. That is Binondo. So that's why Binondo is the oldest Chinatown in the world. It was built in 1594. And this is the American legacy. McDonald's.
McDonald's, yes.
That is old architecture.
That is who is my dad.
Okay, this building.
So Kuya, the one, that building that we just passed, that's Letran. So that's where you go.
Come so old.
San Agustin Church.
San Agustin Church now is known as the oldest existing church here in the Philippines. Baroque church.
This is the oldest church in the Philippines. Survived World War and everything else.
Obviously, it's been protected. Huh?
Big version of it. What the? Are they doing explaining the faith? Huh?
Sabi nga, pang-apat, nakikibahagi sa tatlong misyon ni Kristo.
See, I wanted a statue of that, but they didn't have one.
Hari at propeta. Nakikibahagi po tayo doon. Saan? Natinamong ng Kristo para sa atin sa pamagitan ng krus. So, kaya po minsan, ang pagkikita po tayo ng krus, tanda po yan ang kaligtasan po natin. Kasi lang po tayo nilubos ng Kristo. Kaya wag po kayo naiiyak kapag kumakain minsan sa restaurant.
Look, what's that?
Pagpapahayag ng salita ng Diyos, yung salitang babasahin ni Father, tumatanglang na may katotohanan na hayag sa binibinyagan at sa pagtitipon at nagaganyag sa tugon ng pananampalataya na di maiiwalay sa binyag. Natatanging sa sakramento ng pananampalataya ay yayamang ito ay pintuan sa pamitan sa buhay ng pananampalataya. So, ang salita
Old furnitures need to be shown, so there are a lot of furnitures inside. However, though most of the problems of those Filipinos who grew up abroad is the question of who really is Filipino. No, but basically, one thing that we should know is a Filipino is a mixture of this everything. So what is a Filipino? A Filipino is this Pacific Islander who has some Malay and Chinese feature, who have a Spanish name and an American tongue. We are a mixed match of everything. We cannot really define, Filipino should be if you remove the Spanish culture, that would be a Filipino. Because a Filipino is an evolution of all our experiences, all our challenges combined. So if ever you wonder what is a Filipino, basically it's a mixed match of everything. And have you tried the halo dish?
Mixed with.
Yeah, you can imagine that would be a Filipino. For an outsider's eye, it's like too much. What is this dessert? It has ice, it has jellies, it has tropical fruits, it has yams, it has milk, it has leche flan, it has ice cream. And for an outsider's eye, it's too much. But as similar to how we eat a halo-halo, we should mix it first. And once you mix everything up, the flavors would make sense. And although they say too much is a bad thing, but sometimes too much is a good thing, and being Filipino is a good thing. Thank you very much for embracing your Filipino heritage and hearing the story of the Filipino people. Thank you very much for coming back. Maraming salamat po. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. The Barbaras will be around this area, so that's
Take a photo with him as well.
Yeah, can we take a photo
Sure.
with you if you don't mind?